If you told me back in 1995 that my future self, 20 plus years later, would be excited about a documentary about the championship Bulls, I'd take to get the fuck out my face. The Last Dance, ESPN's new documentary about the last championship of the Chicago Bulls, the 97-98 season. Now, I thought this was about I thought that was the same season where they went 72-10, like the best fucking team ever. But nah, this is the following year where, last year for everybody's contract, Phil Jackson's gonna be gone, Jordan's gonna be gone, Pippen has had it with the franchise. This is literally the last dance for the Chicago Bulls team, and it's a 10-part docuseries. I'm pumped. My problem is that we have to wait every week for 2 episodes, and I'm like, no. I watched episodes 1 and 2 this morning, and I got pissed off immediately because I'm like, I want more. It's raining outside. It's perfect, just lazy, chill weather. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can Netflix and chill. Well, not. Well, that's actually something else. You know what I mean, though. I wanted to binge this, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to binge the fuck out of this, but I gotta wait till next week to watch 3 and 4. So, y'all, this documentary so far is fire, alright? I just want to put this out there. I'm not a Michael Jordan fan. I'm not a Bulls fan. I grew up loving the Knicks, alright? I'm from Long Island, New York. The Knicks was my team. Patrick Ewing, John Starks, Charles Oakley, those were my dudes. I hated Michael Jordan. I hated Scottie Pippen. As a matter of fact, I think I hated Scottie Pippen more than Jordan because Pippen had the most disrespectful dunk ever on my boy, Patrick Ewing. It broke my heart. I wanted to fight Pippen, man. I hated him for that. But you can't deny greatness, and that team was so fucking great. And the one time I did root for the Bulls was those last 2 years when they played Utah because I hated Karl Malone and Stockton. So I said, you know what? I don't care who wins as long as it's not those two, okay? I didn't want to see Malone and Stockton get a championship. I didn't want to see Reggie Miller get a championship. So I rooted for the Bulls those 2 years, all right? Even as a Knicks fan, I did go for the Bulls those 2 years. The documentary is cool because we get an inside look at those teams and of course Michael Jordan. But if you've seen any Michael Jordan documentary ever, you know Jordan's story. You know about how he was cut from the team at an early age, and then he had a growth spurt, and then, he got a lot better. 10th, 11th grade year, he really shined, went to North Carolina. We all know Michael Jordan's story. The thing that I didn't know in this documentary so far is Pippen, how the organization did Pippen dirty. So this is episode 2. So episode 1 was all about Jordan and, and his contribution to the team and what he meant to the franchise, which was really cool. But the way they did Pippen with how they paid him, I think they said he was the 122nd like highest paid player in the league, lowest paid player. Pippen was like right there on the bottom, and he's Jordan's number 2. All right, Michael Jordan even said, I wouldn't got any of championships without Scottie Pippen. Pippen is the big reason that I wouldn't have won without him. He acknowledged that, and it's true. Like, Jordan would not have won those championships without Pippen. And he did feel Pippen was selfish because he held out in the beginning of the season because he had a foot injury, and he held out for a while, and the Bulls really struggled. I think they started out like 0-4 or something like that. But I don't blame Pippen for what he did. Like, can you call it selfish? I guess as a teammate, you can call it selfish, but if I'm seeing it through Pippen's eyes, I want these motherfuckers to see my value. I want them to see my worth. You don't win without me, okay? So you don't want to pay me? I'm going to show you what your team is without me. So Pippen was determined to make his value known, and I thought that was a cool thing that he did, So I don't know if I got to look it up. I don't know, because I think the next year he ended up going to Portland, I think. So I don't know if he finally got the money that was owed to him, that he earned from being one of the greatest players in the world, or what. But yeah, Chicago did him dirty, man. Like Jerry Krause. I heard stories about Jerry Krause, man. I heard he was kind of a piece of shit, but this documentary really shows that Jerry Krause was an asshole, man. And they said that Pippen on the bus was like talking shit to him, just like belittling him and degrading him in front of everybody. I wish we could have seen that or heard the audio. But But yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to this. I'm pretty sure they're gonna get more into Rodman because they really didn't talk about Rodman or any of the other players really, and even Phil Jackson. Like they did Phil Jackson dirty, and Phil Jackson, arguably the greatest coach ever. You know, you think of basketball, NBA greatest coaches. You know, you think of the Red Auerbachs and what was the coach for the Celtics back in the day? Fuck it, I don't know. It slips my mind now, but Phil Jackson was the fucking guy, and the Bulls just said like fuck you, man. I think that last season, Jerry Krause called him in the office and was like, yeah, this is your last year. I don't care if you win, all 82 games. This is your last year. And Phil was like, all right, bet. And what happens? Goes to LA, wins 5 more championships. So look, man, the Bulls is almost like on the same level of the Knicks. It's just making dumb decisions as a franchise. And will we ever see what we saw with the 90s Bulls? Probably not, at least not in my lifetime. But yeah, y'all, this documentary was fire, man. And Jordan was concerned about how people would see him, like, I guess being an asshole or whatever. But we already know this about Jordan. We know that Jordan can be a douche, I've heard the stories. I heard the Chameleonaire story where Jordan, say he don't fuck with rappers, fuck rap. And I think Nori heard him say the same thing, like, man, fuck rap. But it's so crazy because, at the height of Jordan's popularity, that's when hip hop was really starting to explode. So Jordan and hip hop go like hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas was rapping about wearing the new Jordans and how Michael Jordan was the greatest, giving them props, man. But for some reason, I don't know why, Jordan just always shit on rappers. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's a jazz fan or something. Maybe he likes rock and roll or some shit. I don't know. But anyways, y'all, yeah, if you haven't seen this documentary, check it out. It's called The Last Dance. It's the Chicago Bulls story, their last season that they won a championship. Highly recommend it. So this is episode 1 and 2 out the way. Looking forward to 3 and 4. If you guys seen it, what did you think about it? Comment freely below. If you like and dig the content, hit that like and subscribe, notification bell in the corner. This is Rashad G signing out this mug. See you in the next video. Jordan.